Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Friday, the 20th of November. This is our weekly recap. It goes out to all my members and everybody on YouTube and my email subscriber list. If you want to learn more about me, please visit me at smartoptiontrading.com. Link is in the description. Click on live trading alerts. It'll tell you what we do here. And if you're looking and learning more, need some training, you can click here as well and learn more. All right, so let's go to this week and talk about the week that was. And it's been a tough week, guys. And I'm not going to hard it with me. If you made money this week, you're doing good, and that means you're trading well. And if you can trade in this market, you're going to be able to trade in just about any market. And I really mean that. So for this week, it was another big gap up on Monday. We gapped up on the vaccine news, and then you can see this you can, I'm in here and you can draw a line, and, we can see this just kind of straight descending down every day, a little bit lower of a high coming in. And, right now we're dancing on the 8 day here into the close with about 30 minutes to go. Volume is not special, and we've been weak here for the last hour or so, and just not much going on as this market continues to digest and go sideways. And as I've talked to members about, we have a tug of war between the hope of the vaccine and the realization that COVID is going to run rampant across this country over the next month. And we'll see what that brings. And the fears of more lockdowns. And then we're seeing some of that in New York and California and Illinois and some of the other states at this point. So, it's this push pull that's going on in the markets. So we look at that and say, okay, the SPY was weak. The Qs have been a little stronger the last couple of days. Why? Because they're coming back for tech. Instead of going now after the reopen names, the Disneys, the Boeings of the world, the airlines, they're going back into tech, which is safer, and some of the reopen plays. The IWM, for what it's worth, is still holding in very, very nicely. You look, there's still green on the day. Very nice consolidation, nice flag up here above the 8 day. And the diamond hit a new all-time high this week, and it's kind of consolidating, pulled back a little bit. The VIX doing nothing, back into this 22 area where it constantly has problems. So every time we get down around this area, we have problems. So we'll see what this week, next week wants to bring. Next week is typically a bullish week in the markets. And so we'll see how this kind of plays out. So were there things to do this week? Yes, there was lots of things to do this week. For me, mix traded this week. I had some losses. Rite Aid, one of them. You know, and I point this out. Why? Because I was in calls on this day and I held them overnight because I liked the way it looked and I thought this thing could push up and go through this gap here. And what happened? It came and created a new gap on the Amazon news. And guys, no matter what you're doing, news trumps technicals always, and never ever forget that. But there were trades to be had. And you can see over here on the left side, this is for the members. We put this up, all the flow and interesting stuff. And, for me this week, it was a very good week, a solid week. AMD gave us nice trades this week on Monday and again on yesterday. I made some money on Smile Direct Club after hours and Moderna on the vaccine news on Monday morning. Nice moves in these. They all gave trades. Tesla gave big trades this week, right? I traded it on Tuesday, and on Wednesday it had a huge move, more on Thursday. And you can see just this nice move on the news of what took place here and now digesting nicely up here. And, these little EV names are in play, whether it's that one or NIO or Ride or Solo or BLNK, pick one, right? All these little names are in play right now, and they're cutting into bubble territory. So you got to start being careful as you look at them. DraftKings gave us a move this week. That was in play on Wednesday. Palantir had multiple days this week where it was good, trading tight. So did Fubo, right? Some people traded that. Yesterday, Roku gave trades to everybody, and there was much rejoicing all around. Snap, still my nemesis, but Snap had a nice move this week, almost back to all-time highs. Today, we caught Square early. Square just off all-time highs. We caught Netflix as well for a nice late afternoon move on some lottos and some sneaky flow that came in. And, a bunch of us are sitting in a few of these SPY December 4th 370 calls because huge volume came in. It's obviously a roll, but obviously something there and going on. And really this week had a little bit for everybody. Off of earnings, Target new all-time highs. Costco will remain on our watch list as we move forward because they're giving out a $10 dividend on December 2nd. So that means we have to be in it on December 2nd to get it. So we'll watch for this to move back up. And like I said, not everything was the same. Boeing gave trades this week, beautiful gap up, and now coming back and digesting. Yes, it's weak here, but look how far above the 8 day it is still. This thing can come back all the way to 195 and do no damage to the chart. And that's just something to keep in mind. So next week, typically a bullish week. Remember, next week, Thursday, the markets are closed. Friday's a half day in the markets. So typically a quieter week in the markets. We'll see how that plays out. So probably no video next week for everybody. So if I don't get you, I'm wishing you guys, if you celebrate, a very happy Thanksgiving here in the States. Be safe, enjoy time with your families, whether it's in front person or virtual. And catch everybody in the room on Monday morning. And if you're new and you join us, we'll love to have you. Good night, everybody.